Yo, what's good, guys? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense, back once again to give you another fragrance uh, review video. It's not really so much a review, it's pretty much me just giving you guys something to laugh about, throwing myself under the bus to show you that, you know, I'm a sensible guy. I make mistakes. Um, Especially when it comes to fragrances. I know all, if not some or all of us at one point in time have went out and looked for clones or fragrances that mimic other fragrances. And yes, I am one of those guys. I'm still looking for some clone fragrances. Like the House of Armoff is pretty good when it comes to clones, and there are a few other clone houses like Cuba. They make clones, decent clones. I like Cuba fragrances, but I mean some of the lower end stuff, like bottom of the barrel type stuff, like bottom shelf stuff, like going to City Trends and finding fragrances and stuff. And mind, I have found like what was it, Ed Hardy Villain at City Trends, which was good. Um, I found Nautica Voyage, I found Nautica, stuff like that, which a lot of people know about anyway. But I mean the cheapy, cheapy fragrances, the ones that you walk into those stores and you see on the shelf and you be like, huh, that's funny. They trying to make a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male or Bleu de Chanel. Um, I've been known to venture out and purchase some of those fragrances. So what this video was mostly about is just me throwing myself out there, letting you guys see what I've been doing in the past months or year, trying to, I guess for lack of better words, come out cheaper versus going out and buying Bleu de Chanel for 80, 90, or 100 and something dollars. I was trying to find an alternative. Although I think I have found one per the house of Perry Ellis. It should be here tomorrow. Um, but without any other sidetracking things that pop up in my head, let's get to it. First off, I want to shout out Arizona. No, I'm not getting paid to do this. Um, I have always, ever since I've been drinking Arizona, like the mango, the mucho mango. This is one of my favorite Arizona drinks. So shout out to Arizona. Um, this is what I've been talking about. So there is at the Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure people know that they sell bootleg colognes that are clones or inspired by fragrances, and this one is with no exception. This one is supposed to be a clone of Bleu de Chanel, and this is from the brand or house of EAD, whatever that stands for. This is EAD Blue. And mind you, this is not bad at all. It just dissipates so fast. Um, I mean, within 20 to 30 minutes of spraying this on, the first maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm in heaven. It smells nice. It's not as sharp as Bleu de Chanel, the original, but this thing is nice smelling. And then after that, straight trash. Um, Hold on a second. goddamn AC unit is acting retarded. Anyway, and don't get me wrong, I know there are people out there who are, just under a level, such as myself. Um, I'm under the people who can afford to buy Blue Day Chanel, who can buy uh, Prada and stuff like that, those fragrances. Well, believe it or not, I buy clones and cheapies and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there who can't afford to spend 20, 25, 30, 40, $50 for a fragrance like me that are wearing these Dollar Tree knockoffs. And I'm not knocking them for this, but for somebody who is on the level that I am, when it comes to fragrances right now, um, this won't work for me. Not that it's a bad scent, it just doesn't last long. And trust me, if this lasted longer than about 30 minutes, I'd be all over this. But this is something you will have to carry around with you all day and just continuously spray and spray and spray. And after a while, you will get tired of it. So this is one I am probably going to just give away to someone, just random person out on the street. Just give it to them. My stepdad may appreciate it, but I don't want to flood his dresser with all this cheap ass shit. So it is what it is, guys. Next up, I have a bunch of clones that's supposed to be of, I won't say clones when it comes to this. I would say inspired by fragrances when it comes to Blue Day Chanel. And this one also came from City Trends. And this is Fluid Intense for Men. And this is also a so-called inspired by fragrance by Blue Day Chanel. And this one didn't smell bad either. Like I said, not as sharp as the originator, which is Blue Day Chanel, but it smells nice also. This one actually lasts a little longer than the last one I showed you, the EAD. Just not long enough. And you also will have to take this around with you and continuously spray. And I don't have that kind of time. Now, I do take my fragrances with me, but most of my fragrances, or the majority, I should say, give me at least 2.5 to 3 decent hours of projection. And then the dry down, which is the longevity of it, usually gets me about I'll say from 4 to maybe 6-7 hours, depending on the fragrance and the potency of it. But to have to keep spraying over and over and over every 30 minutes or an hour is just not my thing. And this is another one that I am planning on giving away. I will say this. I think I have worn this one more times than I've worn the other two that's supposed to be clones of or inspired by fragrances of Blue Day Chanel. So I do like the scent of this one, but this just doesn't do it for me either. But I'm pretty sure someone will appreciate it, so it is what it is. Next up, this next one I have here, the bottle actually looks closer to Blue Day Chanel as the others, in which I did fall for the okie doke when I walked into City Trends and saw this, and I was like, okay, this might do it. And I actually think this is the first one I purchased out of the other two. Yeah, it is. And then this one was second. And then this one I got like maybe a week or so ago. And this one actually was just $1 and some change. And I don't remember what these were. I think this one was probably like between $3 and I don't know, maybe $5 or $6, and this other one was probably about the same, about $4, $5, $6 maybe. This one is called Bond Chance Blue, or however you say it. And like I said, the bottle actually is a lot closer looking to Bleu de Chanel, but this one didn't do it either. This one smells more dollar store-ish than the other two. I'll just say it like that. I don't like using the word generic or synthetic. I hate using those words because it really, especially when you're talking about designer fragrances that are highly liked in the fragrance community, and people throw those words out, it deters other people from wanting to purchase it, and I don't want to do that. This one doesn't last long at all, which is one of the reasons why I chose to go with those other two, but this didn't do it for me either. So next up, this one actually was given to me, I think, for my birthday. I believe it was. Yeah, I think this was for my birthday. This also is a City Trends brand, and this one is called CEO Pour Homme. And I did a review on this cheap one not too long ago. This actually smells pretty decent, and it lasts a pretty good bit of time. I don't remember exactly how long it lasts, but I do remember wearing this to work. And if you don't know what this is supposed to be mimicking, CEO, Boss, Hugo Boss, yeah, this is supposed to be a clone of that. I'm not the type of person who is going to hurt my friends' feelings. I try not to. Sometimes I can be a douchebag and say things that are mean. Sometimes you have to have tough skin, in which I never really had tough skin. It used to be kind of easy for people to hurt my feelings. Now I give two fucks. But surprisingly, this did not smell bad. Kind of spicy. I remember it lasting a pretty decent amount of time. I think I did have to reapply once or twice, but not too bad. Nothing really that I would want to, keep wearing though. I've only worn it that one time, and that was pretty much it. So, inspired by Hugo Boss. This is CEO. Next up is one that is really going to get you guys some laughs. And this one is supposed to be inspired by Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male, or Ultra Mall, I should say. This one is called Jean Pierre J Man Pour Homme. So yeah, I think I did like a clone video or something like that once, and something like that. Well, as you can see, the abs on this thing are pretty ridiculous. Actually looks nothing like the Le Male bottle, and I actually have Le Male over there on my dresser. This is what this one looks like, and this actually smells nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing in my Whitney Houston voice like Le Male, or Ultra Male, I should say. I'm almost ashamed to even show you guys that. Let's just move on. Next up, another inspired by fragrance. So I'm pretty sure you guys know about Carolina Herrera and CH Man, and which I've never smelled. I've heard is a nice fragrance. I want it. I also want CH Men Privé. um, which is also another great one. I will have those coming up pretty soon. This one is supposed to be the clone of CH Men by Carolina Herrera. This is Skin for Men, and as you can see, they try to mimic that box also. Um, they also try to mimic the bottle, which is a pretty cheesy ass bottle. Even the little flappy ribbon thing is not as long as the other one. It goes the length of the bottle. It has some kind of cheesy ass pleather looking wrap around it. If I saw this somewhere without the box and not knowing what it was, I probably would have purchased it. This actually has a decent smell to it. It really does. It's kind of sweet. And I'm not sure if I'm smelling just what I sprayed on the cardboard and I'm smelling the reaction from the cardboard. But once that sweetness goes away, the first few seconds, I get nothing. So that's that. And like I said, these last four, I'm kind of embarrassed to show you guys. The fake Ultra Mall or Ultra Male, the fake Carolina Herrera, and the next two, even the last one, I'm embarrassed by. This next one is supposed to be a clone of or impression of Invictus Aqua, and this one is called Vicious Aqua. I have smelled Invictus Aqua. That is a great scent. Wonderful. I want it. Our local Ulta has it, and they had only one bottle the last time I was in there. I just wasn't ready to spend $75 for it. But I think I'm going to have to give in before it is completely gone, because I heard it's discontinued. I could be wrong, but that's the word that was out on the streets. But anyway, this one actually is not a bad imitation. Does kind of look like the bottle. I mean, oh, it does look kind of cheesy, but this does remind me of the bottle. The top on this one actually comes off. I don't think the top on that one comes off. You just spray by pushing the top. This one surprisingly also has a nice smell. It also has a nice sprayer too. This actually smells close to the original. It has that sweetness to it, kind of that aquatic type feel. I've actually worn this a time or two to work, but you have to keep reapplying because, like the others, they don't last long. I actually like the scent of this, but I am going to get the original bottle and not just give this one away. But that's Vicious Aqua. And this also, all of these came from Citi Trend with the exception of the EAD. Everything else came from Citi Trend. The last one, you guys are really going to get a kick out of this last one. I'm going to have to take a swig of my Arizona on this. Because when I actually walked into Citi Trend that one particular fateful day, my intent was just to walk around and look and see if they had anything else that was designer, real designer fragrance. And I ran across this one. And this is real embarrassing, guys. As much as I despise the price of Aventus fragrances, I've never smelled any of Aventus's fragrances. And for the price tag that they stick on them, I probably will never smell one of them unless somebody walks past me and I smell it. I have Club De Nuit Intense Man, which is a clone of Aventus. I have Ventana, which is a clone of uh, Sauvage, and I have a few other Armagh fragrances that are clones of, those Creed fragrances. Well, when I saw the box, I instantly grabbed it. It was open, and I went to spray it just to see how it smelled. And why in the hell did I purchase it? I don't know. Actually, I didn't open it. It was still wrapped in plastic. I didn't open it until I got in my vehicle. And I was totally bummed out and disappointed when I got this. And I don't know what the hell I was expecting, but this is supposed to be an inspired by fragrance of Creed Aventus. This is Adventure. Yeah, go on and get your laughs in, homie. I did it. The bottle presentation is even worse. It's really not that bad of a bottle. I kind of like it. Oh, you got this one, huh? You got this particular one from City Trend, or did you get the real Aventus? Because I actually like this bottle. I like the curvature on it. I like, it's supposed to be the clone or inspired by fragrance. It does kind of look like the bottle a little. Smells nothing like it though, whatsoever. I mean, it kind of gives me the first 5 or 10 seconds, it gives me like a little bit. Yeah, City Trend got me too, homie. They got me a lot, as you can see. They got me 3, 6. They got me 7 times, homie. Especially when it comes to these inspired by fragrances. Now I have, like I said, I have Ed Hardy, which is a real designer. I have a few others that came from there that are real designers. But when it comes to these, they got me. But the first 5 or 10 seconds of spraying this, you do get kind of like a little pineapple-y type scent. And then after that 5 or 10 seconds, it's pretty much gone. And you're left with pretty much nothing. It dissipates and I get nothing. So, like I said, I do have Club De Nuit Intense Man, which is a pretty decent clone. Even though it doesn't have pineapple, it has lemon in mine. It's still a decent fragrance. I get a lot of compliments with Club De Nuit Intense Man, and I'm happy I purchased it. The price tag, like I said, I've gotten to the point where I even hate hearing other reviewers. Yeah, it is. It is very linear and soapy as hell. But this one, after the initial 5 or 10 seconds, that pineapple-y type smell goes away, and I don't really smell hardly anything. And I've never worn this to work. I just sprayed it on the box when I first got it, and I threw it back in the bag, and it's been sitting on the AC unit for the longest. But I listen to people always bring up that Creed Aventus is the king of this and the king of that. And I'm not knocking Aventus. I'm not knocking the people who love Aventus and can afford to pay that price tag for it. I'm just sick of hearing about it myself. Like, I'm never going to be able to afford it. Not where I am in my life right now without suffering. Yeah, that's what I might start doing. Start using all of these as a car air freshener That's a good idea. I never thought about it. Um, but I'm just tired of hearing about Creed Vintage this and Creed Vintage that, and okay, it's good. It's just that good. It's the Holy Grail. It's the Alibaba of whatever, and I don't care. Like, I just wanted something that smells like it just to see what it smelled like, and this wasn't it. So um, there, I just threw myself under the bus 7 different times, guys. Um, 8 different times, I should say. 3, 6, yeah, 8 different times. So like cats, I got 2 lives left. Trying not to buy any more inspired by fragrances. Not when it comes to City Trend. Maybe I'll buy something from like Armaf or some other clone house that's, better off. But City Trends, I'm pretty much washing my hands of you when it comes to inspired by fragrances. Um, Unless it's something name brand designer like Ed Hardy or Nautica Voyage or something like that. But anyway, let me hit this Arizona one more time. I actually have Yachtman chocolate, and Yachtman chocolate lasted on my skin way longer than you just said it lasted for you. Um, the one I didn't care for was Yachtman Blue. That's the one to me that didn't last long at all. And I'm actually trying to give that one away, but apparently nobody wants it, so I may just randomly give it to somebody on the street. But Yachtman chocolate, the first time I wore it, I didn't like it, and then I wore it again, and I actually like it because it smelled to me more like chocolate. Um, and I like sweet fragrances, and it lasted on me a pretty decent amount of time. I mean, for the price tag of about what, 10, 15 bucks, if that, um, you really can't beat some of these fragrances. Um, if you can get at least 2 decent hours of projection out of it, and probably 4 or 5 hours, close to 3, 4, or 5 hours of longevity out of it, for the price tag of Yachtman fragrances, it's not too bad. In my opinion, anyway. I actually happen, like I said, to like Yachtman chocolate. I was gonna purchase the other flankers, but when I got Yachtman Blue, I wasn't like, it just didn't hit me. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna waste no more money. I'm just keep Yachtman chocolate, give away Blue, and be done with Yachtman. Because at first I didn't know that City Trend sold Yachtman fragrances until I was in Savannah. I ordered mine from Fragrance X. So when I seen them in City Trend, I was like, hey, I can just go in City Trend. If one is open, spray it, see what it smells like. If I like it, I'll buy it. And they run you in City Trend like $5, $6. So, you know, um, if you don't know, also some little tricks. Moisturize your skin before you put your fragrances on. And it does help in most cases. Now, sometimes it is just the fragrance that's just not lasting long. But sometimes if your skin is dry and you spray something on, it's not going to last long because your skin is going to absorb it. So put on lotion or put on baby oil or Vaseline or whatever the hell you put on your skin first. Layer something on top of your skin and then spray the fragrance on and go from there. Also, if you spray your clothes, I don't know, a lot of people don't like to spray their clothes when it comes to fragrances. I don't mind. So if you spray your clothes, it lasts a whole hell of a lot longer also. Even most of the cheapy fragrances that don't last long will last longer on your clothes than it will on your skin. So, just some food for thought, homie. Just give it a shot. If you got something that doesn't really perform well on your skin, try that first before you just discard or disregard your fragrance. All right, man, I'm out of here.